first day back for everyone. How did everyone look?
Yeah, look, it's exciting to be back. Obviously, the young guys have been back for 2 weeks now, but now all the old boys are back into it. And look, the first training down was really good fun. A great vibe, a great atmosphere, and really run by the young guys today. Obviously, they've been back for a couple of weeks, and they led the way, and it was it's good to be back.
Has it been a long time off, given the season that you had last year?
Look, it has, and for us senior players, it's been 12 weeks since we've left, and I think you get a little bit edgy. Certainly want to get back into it, especially with the season we had. We were ready to start again, and it certainly showed out there today that the boys were just ready to get back into the action, and I couldn't fault the off season they've had and the nick they've come back in. So it's good.
The message on the board. What did you learn? Was there for all the boys to see? How do you answer that? What did you learn?
Oh, look, I think the biggest thing we learn is the standard that wasn't good enough, and we need to come back and want to improve and want to get better. And they're the words Kenny said, and they're the words that will be ringing in the guys' ears. And the want was certainly there today, and it will continue to be like that for the rest of the pre-season going into the season.
Is the plan to approach things differently this year at all from the coaches? Are they given that message, given how the last 2 years have panned out?
Yeah, look, certainly things will change. It'll be a fresh start for this group and a fresh start for the club, and that's the way we want to look at it, and that's the way we've approached it so far this pre-season. And the coaches will tinker a few things, and look, a few of us went away on a trip to America to sort of experience some different culture and in sport, and we learned a lot from that, and we'll certainly bring that to training and change a few things. And we know that we need to mix a few things up to make sure that we get back to where we want to be.
Do you expect those things to be different in the pre-season, the way that Burjo's running? Do you think things will be different over the next few weeks?
Yeah, they will be, and it's already started. The first 2 weeks back for the young guys, a few things have changed, and they've really enjoyed it, which is a great start. Some new people coming in the club, and it'd be great to have Gussie and Paddy back as well, so that'll bring a great vibe, and so a few things will change, and it'll be exciting for the group to have a bit of a fresh feel to it.
Is that a greater focus on skills this pre-season than the same members?
Oh, look, I'm sure there'll be a huge focus on skills. We know that our skill level this season wasn't good enough, and it needs to improve, and the coaches understood that, and the players understood that, and there'll be certainly a focus on that area that needs to improve, and we know the game's sort of going down that path as well. If you're not a good skilled side, you're going to be defending a lot more, and it makes it a lot harder. So we need to work on that area with a lot of other things too.
Well, from the US trip, what are some of the things that you picked up over there that you want to bring to training?
Yeah, look, I think so. We went and watched Seattle train. We went to watch the Oregon Ducks train, and I think the biggest thing out of that was how much fun they had at training and how much they enjoyed, being at the club and being around. But also when it was time to get into a drill, it was full on. Like it was pretty intense. And look, we took a bit out of that, and certainly walking around and talking to coaches and stuff. That there's a few other things that we can bring back and implement into our training.
So, Boak, what things will change? You speak about change. What are some of the things that will change?
Well, I don't want to get too into detail, but I think just the whole the vibe around the group and the enjoyment of training and the stuff that I just spoke about then with Seattle training. So little things like that, but look, there's probably a little bit of game plan stuff that we'll tinker with, which we do every pre-season, and a huge focus on the skills and our kicking as well. So look, there's a few things there, but certainly a few more that we'll continue to work on in the coming weeks.
So bringing some fun back into the places is a major goal. Do you think that can get, rather than won't be so uptight, intense at times, top level can that lighten things up and get a better result?
Yeah, that's certainly what can happen in elite sport, that if things aren't going your way, that it does get a bit tense and a bit anxious at times, and that's certainly an area that we need to focus on and make sure we get right. That we'll have focuses, we'll have trademarks, we'll have things that we need to work on, and no matter what the result is, we need to continue with that and make sure we're enjoying working hard, and we know that we've got plenty to work on, but enjoy wanting to get better and wanting to improve.
2 missed years of finals opportunities. How do you get back next year? Because the competition is going to be probably tougher than ever with St Kilda and Essendon on the improve.
For sure, and really, the competition is a lot closer than what it ever has been before, and I think we were 3 or 4 games out of the 8 or whatever it was, and there were so many games that were decided within a goal or less, and so we're not that far off the mark. There's a few things that we need to change, but we understand that that our best footy is still really good. We just need to bridge that gap in between, our best footy and our worst footy, and the pre-season over time will tell, and we need to work on those areas that really cost us in games that when they did get close, and we just weren't able to stand up to the mark. So, and again, that comes back to a lot of our turnovers, a lot of our kicking, and then we were having to defend a lot more. So, look, there's some areas that we know we need to improve on, and that'll take us back up to where we want to be.
What steps do you put in place to do that? I mean, we saw that last year, that your best footy was good enough, as you say, but then there was the inconsistency, and we heard it all year, we need to improve our consistency. How do you do it? Like, now's the time we've got to do it.
Yeah, the pre-season's the biggest opportunity you get to do it, and as I said, the biggest area of concern during the year was the turnovers, and that's what cost us in crucial moments in games, and that's what we'll continue to focus on during this pre-season, but along with a lot of other things. But that's certainly an area that we know that we need to work on, and that'll improve over the pre-season.
Emmanuel Lira's been given permission to train. You were training with him this morning. What do you
his
like about him?
First session out there today, and we had a bit of a handball game sort of type set up today, and he was in my team and super impressive. Really wants to learn, which was great. He was asking a lot of questions about how to defend and when to hold the ball and when to give it off, and little things like that, which was super impressive from a kid who come in his first training session, and super quick and really smart. So I hope he gets an opportunity, and great for him to come out and train with us.
You must enjoy knowing about it. That'll make a difference.
Yeah, it will, and I think not only out in the track and when they play, but around the club. For those guys who've missed a year of footy, and it'll be good for them to probably even speak to the group about having something so important you're taken away, what it's actually like now to be back, and that'll bring a great vibe to the group, and everyone around the club is so pumped to have them back around the group.
Have they spoken to you about that? How much have heard them?
No, well, look, we haven't sat down and spoke about that yet. Obviously, it's day one, and the boys are sort of settling back into routine. But I'm sure over the coming weeks we'll certainly sit down and talk about that, and I'm sure they'll want to share their experiences about what it was like having that taken away from them, and the boys will certainly get a lot out of that, and so it is great to have them back around.
Has the captaincy for next year been talked about yet? Or?
No, not yet. That'll sort of get sorted out over the pre-season.